Hey crypto friends, for those of you who are new to the channel, my name is Garrett and welcome to Altcoin Radar. Today I am going to show you a very super simple trading strategy for scalping the crypto market on the 5-minute charts, all right? Now, for those of you who love trading crypto and would like to try out the same exchange that I use on a daily basis, feel free to go ahead and try out the Blowfin exchange here with the link in the video description down below this video. Now, the big reason why I love using this exchange is because they allow anybody from anywhere to be able to sign up and trade crypto futures. So if you're from the United States like I am, then you can go ahead and you can use Blowfin to trade crypto futures as well. All right, guys, so a couple things I want to talk about here before I dive into this actual strategy and this strategy that I use for scalping, all right? First thing, the strategy requires watching, okay? This is scalping, so we are going, with scalping, the charts move extremely fast. So you have to be watching the charts at all times for this scalping strategy, all right? This is not the type of strategy where you can just set it and forget it and leave your computer and just leave, all right? Now, the other thing I want to talk about here is this is just one strategy of many, all right? There are literally hundreds upon hundreds of different trading strategies out there for scalping, swing trading, position trading, all kinds of different trading out there, okay? And the thing is the reason why there is so many is because not every strategy works for every person. And the reason why every strategy doesn't work for every person is because everybody has a different mindset and different personality. Therefore, what works for one person might not work well for another person. So you have to go at this with a realistic mindset here, okay? Now, the other thing I want to talk about here real quick as well is I use this strategy myself personally for scalping the crypto market when I see good, decent scalping setups, okay? Now, another thing here is you have to be realistic here, okay? There is not a single trader in the world that wins every single trade that they make, especially when scalping, okay? Since you're scalping, you're taking more and more trades than a day trader or a swing trader, okay? Because you're scalping the market and trades only last for, maybe 30 minutes to 2 hours or something like that, all right? So you have to be realistic and you have to come to terms with the fact that you will not win every single trade. That's just not a thing, okay? Now, the other thing I want to talk about here is we are always going to use stop losses with scalping, okay? And the reason why is because we want to minimize our overall risk, and we do not want to be chasing trades, okay? So let's go ahead and dive into the charts and see how we can do this. So the first thing that I want to have you guys do, or the first thing that you will be doing here is the only things we are going to be using here is basically the 20 and 50 period EMAs, okay? We're also going to use the RSI as well for confirmation, but I mean, realistically, that's about it, okay? So the first things you want to do is you want to go to indicators up here, and you want to, by the way, this is on TradingView, and I really only use TradingView to basically plan out all of my trades, and that's it, and then I make all of my trades within the exchange, within Blowfin as well, and that's pretty much it, okay? So what you need here is you need the EMA. So to get those, you just type in EMA, okay? Just type in EMA, and then underneath the community section, you'll see EMA 20, 50, 100, 200. You'll just click on it, and then you'll have it added to your chart. But there will probably be 3 lines added to it, and what you'll do is you'll go into the settings right here, and you will just turn off the 100 period and the 200 period EMA, okay? Because we are not going to use them, all right? So just turn on the 20 period and the 50 period, and that is it, okay? Now, the next thing that you might need, or that you probably will need, is going to be the RSI as well. So just go to indicators again, type in RSI, and it's going to be relative strength index, and it will add it to your chart down here. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and let me explain this. All right, so I love to use this personal strategy personally for both for both longing and shorting, all right? And it's pretty darn simple once you get the hang of it as well, okay? So basically, we're going to be using these lines a lot for support and resistance, okay? So obviously, as you guys can see, there is a good, strong trend happening here, as you guys can clearly see in this downtrend right here, okay? Obviously, price has started to come down, and it came down to right here, and then it went back up to retest the 20 period EMA, but it completely failed, so it ended up going back down, and then it came back down and went back up to test it again, but it failed again, and it went back down, and it went down super far again, and then it started to go back up to retest it once again, and once again it failed. So clearly at this point, there clearly was not enough momentum yet to, go long and go back up to the upside, and because it went straight back down again, and then it stopped here, here, and then it started to finally breach the 20 period EMA, and it's starting to go above the 50 period EMA right now as well. All right. Now, what I usually do here is, for instance, if I am looking for shorts, or like when I first open this chart and I'm looking at this, what I'm looking at right now is I am currently seeing price action recently gained enough momentum. It started to gain momentum again, and it went up past the 20 period EMA, and it is starting to go up and cross the 50 period EMA as well. So realistically, what I'm going to do here is I would wait until the next candle opens to see if the next candle continues to move higher above the 50 period EMA. And if it does, that's going to tell me clearly that momentum in the coin right now is starting to build, and we could end up moving bigger, much bigger to the upside. All right. But realistically, what we want to do is we want to enter right after price action closes above both of these EMAs after it's gone to the downside. Okay, so like as you guys can clearly see right now, I would enter along right around in this area if this closes above this period right here, and the next one opens and starts going upwards as well. All right, and also I'm going to be looking at the RSI as well. If price action is above the moving average, which is this white line here on the RSI, if price action is moving above the moving average here, it typically means things are building and things are bullish, and it's going to continue moving up higher and higher. All right, so I would enter along here, and I would end up watching the chart and waiting for it to, make its move and continue up to the upside and whatever. Okay, and I'll show you an example of what that looks like, of it going up like that. All right, so here is a good option right here. Okay, obviously you can clearly see that the same thing I was explaining literally just happened right here. Okay, so as you guys can clearly see, price action crossed above both of the EMAs back up to the upside, and price ended up staying above both of the EMAs. So right in here would have been a good spot to open a long position. And you would have opened your long here, and you'd just be riding it all the way up. Now when it comes back down to retest the 20 period EMA again, you want to be watching it right there, because right there is a possibility that it could end up coming back down to the downside. So this is why you have to watch these trades to make sure that it does not go through. But if it does start to go through, then you want to exit your trade immediately, okay? Because realistically, even if you did get out right here, you'd still make a little bit of profit, all right? But overall, it did not go through right there, and instead it continued the uptrend and continued going higher. So and then it came back down again, retested again, and you could have ended up selling right around in this area, all right? So let's see here. If you would have made this trade, let's see here, with that little trade right there, you would have made, again, these are scalping trades. So with scalping trades, scalps usually always make very small percentages, and that is what we are looking at right here. So that'd be roughly around, we're just going to say 2%. So if you were using like 10x leverage, you would have made around a 20% gain right there within a matter of 2.5 hours right there, which is a good solid percentage to make within 2.5 hours right there, you guys. So that is what I'm talking about as far as using the EMAs as support and resistance. And as you guys can clearly see, it comes down and uses it as support. And if it bounces off support, then you're still good to be in your trade. Now, when price action is way above the 20 period EMA, you could end up selling right there as well. That's a good strong signal that tells you that, okay, this thing is way overbought and it's going to start coming down eventually, so I need to sell. And as you guys can clearly see, that the same exact thing happened right in here as well, and right in here also, okay? So technically, if you would have, bought right in here and ended up selling up here instead, you would have made around 3% within the last, hour and 50 minutes, as you guys can clearly see right in there. With 10x leverage, that's a 30% trade that you made within the last 2 hours right there. That is very good, solid profits to make. Now, the same thing occurs to the downside as well. You can use the same thing to the downside also. It works the same in both directions, whether you're going long or short. And you're also using the RSI to see where things currently are as far as overbought or oversold conditions as well. So realistically, you guys, it's a pretty simple strategy to grasp once you start to understand it a little more. But the key thing here is that you really want to do is you really want to do some back testing first. Means before you even try to use this strategy, do some back testing. Pick a random coin, a random top tier, high altcoin, high market cap coin, and click on it. Go to the 5-minute chart and just go back and look and try to visualize where you would have entered a long position or a short position in relation to these EMAs, and then kind of try to repeat the process in the live environment, in current price action. So guys, other than that, that's going to pretty much do it for this super simple trading strategy video. But if you guys enjoyed this video and you feel like you got some decent value out of it, please make sure to go ahead and subscribe to the channel, hit the like button below the video, and leave me a comment below on your personal thoughts of this strategy. And with that said, for those of you who stuck around and watched this entire video throughout the whole thing, thank you guys very much. I appreciate all of you, and I hope to see all of you in my future videos as well.